Lovely. So good morning, and thanks a million for joining me on the yoga mat this morning. A little bit chillier this morning compared to our lovely tropical weekend. So we'll do a nice warm flowing practice. We're going to be working into our core this morning. We'll be introducing a little bit of twist into the spine to kind of mobilize into those muscles that support the spine, which are very much part of our intrinsic core. And then we'll be strengthening and releasing into the core muscles themselves. And so we're going to start in a nice easy cross-legged seat. Sitting as tall as we can through the spine. We relax the shoulders back, draw the belly in. We're going to open the palms to the ceiling. Relax the breath. And we'll inhale the arms out, reaching up. Interlock fingers, press palms to the ceiling. As we exhale, press the palms forward and really stretch between the shoulder blades. And we'll do that 2 more times. So a nice big stretch as we inhale, look up. And as we exhale, press forward and release. And we'll do that once more. Lovely. Straight away, we're going to straighten out the legs. Just get nice and comfortable in the sit bones. Drawing the toes toward the face and sitting as tall as and engaged into our spines as we can. We're going to hug the right knee in until the foot's in line with the left, and then we'll shift the sit bones forward to meet the heel, maintaining that lovely leg. Cross the right leg over the left. We're going to extend the left arm forward and really wrap it around the right until we feel a nice release into the glute. If we want to go deeper in the hips, again, option only. We're going to bend the left knee, tuck the heel close to the sit bone, but just make sure that right sit bone is firmly grounded. And then we're going to inhale, reach the right arm toward the ceiling. And as we exhale, gently twist to the right. We'll place the right hand on the ground behind us, really close to the lower back. As we inhale, press the hand into the ground, lengthen tall through the spine. And as we exhale, gently twist, looking over the right shoulder. As we work into our twist, we're starting that twist in the lower back. We're moving it into the rib cage, into the chest, and then out through the neck. If we want to go deeper into the twist, we can cross the left arm over the body, bend the left elbow, hook it to the outside of the right leg. So we just get an extra little bit of leverage here, again, without forcing it. We're wringing out the core, wringing out the spine. And as we work our twist, we're thinking of a nice lengthened spine. So if you think of the spine as a string of beads, and we're drawing those beads apart, and then we're working into the twist. We'll take 1 more breath on this side. Slowly inhale back through center, little twist to the left just to release, and then back to center again. Hugging the right knee in, we're going to place the right foot out in front. We'll hug the left knee in and place it out to meet, and then we're going to straighten those legs again. Again, get nice and comfortable. Hug the left knee in until it's in line with the right knee, and then we're going to shift the sit bones forward to meet that heel. Cross the left leg over the right. We'll extend the right arm forward, this time reach, and then we'll wrap it around the left leg, really hugging the leg into the belly, and we're sitting nice and tall here. If you want to go deeper in the hip, we can bend the right knee and tuck that heel nice and close to the sit bone, but just make sure we're nice and stable. Inhale the left arm up, and as we exhale, gently twist to the left, placing the left hand on the ground, nice and close to the lower back. As we inhale, press the hand into the ground, nice and tall. As we exhale, gently twist. Continuing to hug that left leg into the body. Maybe even working that left hand around the body a little bit more, trying to get the front of the chest almost parallel to the side of the room. And if we want a little bit deeper into the twist, crossing the right arm over the chest, we're going to bend the right elbow and hook it to the outside of the leg. Palm faces the side wall. Every inhale, lengthen tall as we draw the belly in. And every exhale, twist and release. Breathing deeply in and out through the nose, using that belly breath to really mobilize into the core, creating as much space as we can here. And then gently inhale back through center, little twist to the right just to release, and then back to center again. We're going to place the left foot out in front, bend the right knee, we'll place the right foot out to meet it. Feet are a little bit wider and hip width distance apart here. We'll bring those hands behind us, fingertips point back. Inhale here, and as we exhale, drop both knees over to the right as we look over the left shoulder. Inhale back through center, exhale, drop the knees to the left as we look over the right shoulder. And continue with your own breath, gently with the screen wiping those knees side to side. Making sure the feet are wide enough apart that we've enough space for those knees to fall. And if you want a little bit of core work here, we're going to bring the hands to heart center, continuing into our twist, but just taking the support of those arms out of the action. Looking over the opposite shoulder, so we're getting that lovely spinal mobilization. Next time we drop those knees to the right, we're going to pause here, turning the body to the right, so we're looking over that right knee. We're going to get the left hand, place it just above the right knee, and we're going to swoop that right arm around the lower body, placing it to the ground behind us. Press the left hand into the knee and gently twist. So we're looking over the right shoulder. So getting a nice little stretch from the right shoulder to the left knee. If we want to go deeper, we can walk that left knee back a little bit further. Every inhale, think about length in the spine. And every exhale, gently twist. Feel a little bit of engagement here into that left glute. Nice full belly breaths. One more breath on this side. And then gently release. We're going to slowly inhale back through center, and as we exhale, drop both knees over to the left. Same as we did, right hand rests just above the left knee. We're going to swoop that left arm around the lower body as far as we can behind us. We're going to press the right hand into the leg and look over the left shoulder. So again, nice gentle twist. If we need to go deeper, we can always walk that right knee back a little bit further. We're going to feel it a little bit more space into that right hip, a little bit more engagement into that right glute. Lengthening on the inhale, twisting, releasing on the exhale. Nice big belly breath. One more breath on this side. And then gently inhale back through center. We bring those knees back out front. And then we can crisscross at the ankles and bring ourselves back onto the mat if we've come off. From here, we're going to lie back onto the ground. And just make sure you have your block and your strap there within reach if you have them. So lying back onto the ground, knees are bent, feet are flat to start with. We're going to bring the feet together, knees together. We're going to extend both arms out in line with the shoulders. So make enough space for yourself here on the ground. Palms face down, shoulder blades work together. We're connecting the full length of the spine to the ground. We're going to hug the right knee or both knees into the chest. And then we're going to straighten the legs up toward the ceiling and just make sure that lower back is planted. If you need to soften the knees, if it's too strong in the hamstrings, do so. We're going to inhale here. And as we exhale, keeping those arms grounded, we're going to bring those right legs or both legs all the way over to the right. Inhale back through center. And then exhale, drop those legs all the way over to the left. Again, trying to keep the shoulders grounded if we can as we work side to side. And trying to keep those legs as high up toward the arms as we can. And again, it's not about touching the ground. I want you to feel a really strong mobilization into the lower back. Working into those core muscles. And again, really pressing the hands and arms into the ground to maintain that connection as much as we can. Relax the breath. We're going to meet back in center on our next one. Lovely. And then from here, gently release. Straighten the legs. We're going to release little by little. Keep that lower back planted to the ground. Lower, lower, lower. As slowly as we can go. And then gently release all the way down to the ground. Bring the arms back overhead. Reach through the fingertips. Point through the toes. Just take a lovely full body stretch. Nice big belly breaths here to release into the core. Lovely. We're going to hug both knees in. Give them a nice little squeeze into the chest. We're going to reach for our block if we have it. Holding on to the shortened ends, we're going to place them just above the knees. So lengthways above the knees. We're going to press the knees away, and then we're going to hook that block in place using the elbows. Shins are parallel to the ceiling. We're drawing the toes toward the face. Fingertips touch the side of the head. And again, if we don't have a block, same position with the legs, but we're just working the heart open. So we're drawing those elbows downward toward the ground. Again, if we want a little bit of upper core, we're going to inhale, press the chest toward the ceiling and rest the head into those hands. Again, no stress in the neck here. We can stay here, just pressing that lower back into the ground so we can bring movement. So we'll inhale here and then exhale, straighten the right leg out, pressing away through the heel. Inhale, knees in. Exhale, straighten the left leg out and continue with your own breath. Alternating legs. Challenging ourselves to keep that block in place. Challenging ourselves to glue that lower back to the ground. So just notice as you drop the foot, that back Might want to peel off the ground. So we need it nice and connected, nice and stable. No pressure on the head and neck here. So again, that lift is from the chest. We should have easy breathing here. So the chin isn't tucked into the chest, lots of space here in the throat. Nearly there. We'll do one more both sides. Last one. Excellent. So we're going to rest the head, rest the feet, rest the block off to the side. We bring those feet about the width of the mat apart, allow the knees to fall toward each other. Arms open into cactus arms, and the whole length of the spine is pressed into the ground. We're going to inhale here. And as we exhale, drop both knees over to the right as we look over the left shoulder. Inhale back to center, exhale, knees drop to the left as we look over the right shoulder. And continue with your own breath. Again, gently windscreen wiping those knees side to side, creating as much space so that the opposite knee can fall easily behind the opposite foot. And we're looking over the opposite shoulder. So again, really working into that upper spine and neck here. And again, just enjoy that space for what it is. As we press the knees down, we should feel a little release into the hip and into our ITB. Nice little release here. Eventually, we're going to meet back at center. Knees are bent, feet are flat, knees are together, feet are together. We're going to place the hands to the ground, fingertips brush the backs of the heels. We're going to work a little bit into our bridge pose here, getting into our posterior chain of the core. When you're ready, press the feet into the ground. We're going to gently peel the lower, middle, upper back off the ground as we lift those hips. We're going to walk the shoulder blades together, so we're taking all the pressure off the head and neck, pressing hands, arms, shoulders, feet into the ground. Again, for this one, knees are together, so really pressing those knees toward each other. Noticing if we're compressing that lower back, really drawing the belly button in. We're going to stay in our bridge pose, and if you want to join me, we're going to bring movements. We're going to inhale, straighten the right leg. Knees are together, we're pressed away through the heel. As we exhale, hug the right knee into the chest. Inhale, straighten the right leg up toward the ceiling. As we exhale, knee to chest. Inhale, straighten the right leg, knees are together. Exhale, release that right foot to the ground. Keeping the hips lifted. Inhale, straighten the left leg. Exhale, knee into chest. Inhale, straighten the leg up toward the ceiling. Exhale, knee into chest. Inhale, straighten the left leg, both knees are together. Exhale, relax the foot, slowly release down onto the ground. Hug both knees into the armpits. Create a few little circles, figure eights on that lower back, either or both directions. We're going to do one more round of that, so just allow yourself to decompress here a little bit. And when you're ready, bring the knees back together. We plant the feet back to the ground. So again, knees are together, feet are together, fingertips brush the backs of the heels. Pressing feet into the ground, we're going to inhale, gently peel the lower, middle, upper back off the ground as we lift those hips high. We're going to walk the shoulder blades together, taking the pressure, hands, arms, shoulders into the ground, hips lifted nice and high. When you're ready, inhale, straighten the right leg. Exhale, hug the knee in toward the chest. Inhale, straighten the right leg toward the ceiling. Exhale, knee into chest. Inhale, straighten the right leg out, knees are together. Exhale, rest the foot to the ground. Inhale, straighten the left leg. Exhale, knee into chest. Inhale, straighten the leg toward the ceiling. Exhale, knee to chest. Inhale, straighten the left leg, knees are together. Exhale, both feet to the ground. And then we're going to slowly release the spine all the way down to the ground. Again, hugging those knees into the armpits. So hips are nice and open. Creating a few little circles, figure eights into that lower back. Massaging it out. Relax the shoulders, relax the breath. Nice big belly breaths. And then relax. We'll bring those knees together, feet together. We'll rest the feet down to the ground. And then we're going to bring the soles of the feet together and allow the knees fall out to the sides. You might need to shift the spine up the mat so that we can really connect that lower back to the ground. Options here to stay here, just bring those heels a little bit closer toward the sit bones. We might rest the hands on the inner thighs just to bring a little bit more consciousness to that space. Relax the shoulders, relax the elbows. If we want to intensify the pose and bring it into a diamond bridge, again, option only, hang out here for the next few breaths otherwise. We're going to bring the hands to the ground, fingertips point to the front of the mat. We're pressing the outer blades of the feet into the ground. We're pressing the soles of the feet together, and then gently peel the lower, middle, upper back off the ground. As we lift those hips high, we're going to walk the shoulder blades together underneath the upper back. Hands, arms, shoulders pressed firmly into the ground. Hips are lifted. And again, this might be enough, just allowing those knees fall down toward the ground, feeling that space. If we want movement, we're going to inhale, lift. And as we exhale, gently lower the hips toward the ground, hovering just off the mat. Inhale, really slowly up. Exhale, really slowly lower. And continue with your own breath. Making sure those knees feel stable. Keep drawing the belly button in so we're not compressing into that lower back. Nice, strong, mindful movement into those hips. Very strong activation of the glute muscles here. Again, just enjoying that. We're going to do one more lift wherever we are. And then gently release all the way down to the ground. Well done. Hugging both knees into the chest, give them a nice little squeeze. Again, we're going to bring those arms out in line with the shoulders. Make sure you have enough space here, palms face down. This time, knees are bent. We're hugging them into the chest. We're going to inhale center. And as we exhale, drop the knees over to the right as we look over the left shoulder. Inhale back to center. Exhale, knees drop to the left as we look over the right shoulder. Continue with your own breath. So knees are together, ankles are touching. Try to keep them together for the whole movement. We're trying to keep those shoulders glued to the ground so we're getting the whole benefit of the twist. And see if we can bring those knees up as high toward the elbow or the arm as we can. Look in the opposite direction to encourage a little bit of spinal mobilization here. Drawing the belly in, keeping that lower back protected to the ground each time we come through center. And eventually we're going to meet back at center. Lovely. Hugging both knees into the chest. We'll crisscross at the ankles. Options to make your way anyway to seat. Or we can rock and roll together 3 times this morning, forward and back along the mat. Using the motion to massage the full length of the spine into the ground. Using that lovely strong core to draw ourselves forward into seat each time. And when we've done that 3 times, we're going to meet in a nice strong seat at the front of the mat. Nice and tall in the spine here. We're going to bring the hands behind us and then we're going to straighten the legs out in front. So taking over the whole length of the mat here. Get nice and comfortable in the sit bones. Again, adjust the flesh off the sit bones if you need. Drawing the toes toward the face, we're just going to place the hands or the palms face down on the legs. Roll the shoulders back and roll the spine. So again, we're trying to avoid this and we're going to try to get a little bit more of this. We're pressing the hands into the legs and we're just going to hold it here. This one is a nice one to do if you find you are collapsing in. You can always do this up against the wall, trying to get that lovely straight line into the spine. So we're pressing the chest forward, we're drawing the belly in, feeling a lot of activity into those hip flexors here as well. Holding it for 3, for 2, and 1. Hands come behind us, fingertips point forward. So hands can be anywhere in that hip space, or if the arms are a little bit shorter, you can always use blocks here. A little bit of softness to the elbows. We're going to bend the knees. We might actually use our block for this one if we have it. We don't have to. Block we place between the knees and we're going to press the knees into the block. Otherwise, it's about the space of a block between the knees. We're pressing the knees toward each other. Pressing hands and feet firmly into the ground, really strong in those shoulders. We're going to gently lift the hips toward the ceiling, coming into a nice reverse table. Head and neck are relaxed here. So we can be looking forward or we can allow the head drop back, but only if it feels comfortable in the neck. Just focusing here on that lift in the hips, and we should really feel those glutes, those hamstrings, those lower backs engage. We're going to stay here, pressing the hands firmly into the ground, lifting the hips for 3, for 2, and 1. Gently, slowly release all the way down to the ground. Option for the second round to go into the same movement, or we can try working into our reverse plank. If we're going to try reverse plank, and again, you can try it. If it doesn't feel good, you can come back into your table. We're going to straighten the legs. We can still keep that block between the knees, pressing the knees into the block, pointing through the toes here. We're going to press the hands and feet or heels into the ground and gently lift those hips toward the ceiling. And again, if we're not feeling quite so stable in the shoulders, don't be afraid to adjust the pose until you do. Again, if we're in reverse plank, try to press the feet as far as we can toward the ground. So we're trying to flatten out the feet here. We're lifting the hips. Head and neck totally relaxed. Really strong in those shoulders and arms. Lifting the hips for 3. Relax the breath for 2. And 1. Gently release all the way down to the ground. Lovely. We can release the block off to the side. Again, we're just going to reset here. Adjust the sit bones as you need. Draw the toes toward the face. Place the hands, palms down on the legs. We're pressing the hands into the legs, drawing the shoulders back and just growing the spine here. Gaze is relaxed forward, out in front. We'll hold it here. Try not to collapse. One of our more challenging poses, even though we're just sitting here as such, really trying to engage with those lovely postural muscles for 3, for 2, and 1. Well done. We're going to crisscross the ankles. Bring those hands out in front. We're going to shift the body weight forward and step back onto the knees into a lovely strong tabletop. Shoulders over, elbows over us, elbow creases face forward, knees hip width distance apart, hips stacked over knees. Notice if the belly's collapsed, we're going to draw the belly button in and really feel those lower back muscles engage. Inhale, draw the chest forward as we gaze up. Exhale, press into the ground, curl to the spine, gaze back to the belly. Inhale, gaze goes forward and up, arching the spine. Exhale, press into the ground, curl to the spine, really tuck the chin to the chest, and continue with your own breath. Nice, strong cat-cow curls, the whole length of the spine here. Feel free to close down the eyes and just really engage with the movement. Letting yourself fully release. Flying the breath out if it feels good, or taking any little variation on the movement if it feels better for you this morning. Softening, releasing, letting go. We're going to meet in our tabletop. We're going to bring the left hand toward the center of the mat, but slightly off center to the left. Knees a little bit wider than hip width distance apart here. We're going to flip the right palm to face us, and then we're going to inhale the right arm up, open the heart, take the gaze up. As we exhale, we're going to tread the right hand underneath the left armpit and reach the fingertips all the way over to the left. Inhale, right arm up and open the heart, gaze follows. Exhale, tread right hand underneath the left as we reach those right fingertips as far to the left. Last one. Inhale, right arm up and open. This time as we exhale, we're going to tread the right hand underneath the left. We're going to reach those fingertips as far to the left as we can and rest the shoulder and the right ear to the ground. See if we can reach those fingertips a little bit more to the left, so we're almost dragging that shoulder underneath the body. Pressing the left hand into the ground, see if we can draw the left shoulder back and maybe take the gaze up. If we want to go further, we're going to inhale the left arm up toward the ceiling. And as we exhale, reach the left arm to the front of the room and rest the left palm out in front onto the ground. Working the fingertips all the way over to the right so we can really open up the left chest. And we're looking up underneath the armpit. Nice full belly breaths here. Reaching through those fingertips. If the hand's out front, we're pressing the ground away and we're drawing that left shoulder back. If we want to go a little bit further, we can bring the left hand to the middle lower back and use that connection to open a wee bit more. Or we can get the left hand and catch hold of the little crease at the top of the right thigh and use that connection to open. Wherever we are, we're going to tuck the left toe under and straighten that left leg. So we're getting a little bit more space into the front of the body here. Looking up toward the ceiling. No pressure on the neck. So we're really pressing that right shoulder and arm into the ground for 3. For 2. And 1. Release the knee. Bring that left hand back in line with the face. We're going to inhale, on thread that right arm up toward the ceiling. See if we've got a little bit more to give. And then exhale, right hand comes back to the ground, back into our tabletop. Right hand comes toward the center of the mat, but slightly off center to the right. Left palm flips to face us. We're going to inhale the left arm up and open the heart, gaze follows up. Exhale, tread the left hand underneath the right as we reach those fingertips all the way out to the right. Inhale, left arm up and open the heart, gaze follows up. Exhale, tread left hand underneath right as we reach those fingertips all the way to the right. One more. Again, trying to get a wee bit more space with each inhale. As we exhale this time, tread the left hand underneath the right. We're going to reach those fingertips as far to the right as we can, and then rest the left shoulder and the left ear to the ground. And again, dragging that left shoulder underneath the body so we can take any pressure off the head and neck here. Pressing the right hand into the ground, see if we can draw that right shoulder back a little bit more and maybe take the gaze up toward the ceiling. And again, for many, that might be enough. If we want a little bit further, we're going to inhale the right arm up toward the ceiling. And as we exhale, reach the right arm all the way out in front. So arm is right back in line with the ear, maybe walking those fingertips as far over to the left as we can, looking up underneath the armpit and really opening into the heart space here. Nice full belly breath, still reaching those left fingertips to the right. If that right hand is out front, we're pressing the ground away, lengthening through the body. If we want to go deeper into the twist, hand can rest to the middle lower back, or maybe catch hold of the little crease at the top of the left thigh and use that connection to work the right shoulder back a little bit more. Wherever we are in our pose, see if we can tuck that right toe under and then gently straighten the leg, press it away through the heel, and then open it into the chest a little bit more. Looking up toward the ceiling for 3, for 2, 1. Gently release the knee. Gently release the right hand back in line with the face. And then we're going to inhale, unthread that left arm all the way toward the ceiling. See if we have a little bit more to give. And then exhale, left hand comes back to the ground. Lovely. Tabletop, we can bring those knees again, they're just hip width distance apart. Left hand stays grounded. We're going to straighten that right arm out in front. We're going to press back through the left foot, active through the heel. Again, notice if the belly's collapsed, just draw the belly button in until we feel that lovely strength. Looking toward the right middle finger, we're going to inhale, right elbow, left knee into touch. Exhale, straighten it out and lift that back leg. Inhale, knee to elbow in. Exhale, extend it out. Continue with your own breath. If you want to challenge the balance, we're following the right middle finger with the gaze. If it's too much on the shoulders, feel free to place both hands to the ground and just work with that back leg. We're still getting a bit of core. We're still getting a lot of glute and hamstring. Just not stressing out that upper body. We're going to meet in extension on our next breath, and then we place that right hand down to the ground, landing on the ball of the left foot. We'll gently press away through the heel to release. For 3, for 2, and 1. Left knee comes back to meet right. Right hand stays grounded, shoulders stacked over wrist. We're going to reach forward through the left fingertips, press back through the right foot, nice and strong. Draw the belly in, really lifting that back leg. Gaze is going to follow the left middle finger, or we can stabilize it to the ground. Inhale, left elbow, right knee into touch. Exhale, straighten it out and lift that back leg. Inhale it in. Exhale, extend. Continue with your own breath. Nice, strong, mindful movement. Slowly in, slowly out. Really feeling that lower back, that glute, that hamstring to a point, engage. Stretching and lengthening as we inhale, extend it out. And really crunching into the core as we draw that elbow and knee together. We're going to meet in extension. Rest the left hand down. We're going to land on the ball of the right foot. Gently press away through the heel for 3, for 2, and 1. The right knee comes in to meet the left. We're going to walk the hands out in front. Sitting back toward the heels into a nice relaxed child's pose. Allow the head rest toward the ground or toward a block or cushion if it doesn't quite reach. Pressing the ground away, try to draw those sit bones back a little bit further toward the heels. Melting the chest, feeling that lovely space between the shoulders. Knees are a little bit wider than hip width distance apart here. Keeping the body low, we're going to look forward between the hands. Softening at the elbows, we're going to inhale, draw the chest along the mat. Keep those elbows tucked in all the way until the chest is in line with the hands. Then we're going to press the hands into the ground. We're going to open the heart, draw the shoulders back and take the gaze up. So a little variation on our upward dog. Exhale, sit all the way back into our child's pose. Inhale, draw the chest all the way toward the front of the mat until it's in line with the hands. Press into the ground, open the heart, draw the shoulders back, gaze goes up. Exhale, sit back into our child's pose. We're going to do that 3 more times to your own breath. Again, keeping those elbows soft and tucked in. Keep drawing the belly button in through the whole movement, keeping those core muscles switched on. 2 more. Feel free to close down the eyes and just really engage with the movement. Lovely space and opening into the body. Last one. We're going to meet together in our child's pose and just take a moment here to reset into the body. Looking back toward the toes, we're going to gently lift the head off the ground, tuck the toes under. We're going to lift the knees off the ground, press the hips toward the ceiling and slowly lower those heels down toward the ground, coming into our downward dog. So we're pressing the ground away, trying to draw the chest a little bit closer toward the mat. We're looking back toward the knees. Hips are lifted, the belly drawn in. Try to lower those heels as low as we can, maybe gently paddling out the feet. And again, not beating yourself up about where those heels are at, depending on what we've been doing over the years or just over the last few weeks. There could be a little bit of shortening in the back of the body. Again, not forcing it, but once you're feeling that nice release, that's where we want to be. We're going to look forward between the hands. We're going to gently walk our way to the front of the mat, coming to a nice wide-legged forward fold. Bring those feet as wide apart as you need, that the legs remain straight, but also the spine remains straight. So we might need to place that block between the feet to give ourselves a little bit more reach here. Left fingertips stay grounded. We're going to inhale the right arm up toward the ceiling, opening the heart. Take the gaze up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, left arm up and open the heart, gaze up. Exhale, release. Continue with your own breath. This is a really lovely mobilizer for the lower back. So if you do suffer from any lower back issues, again, being consciously aware of any pain or twinging, but definitely a lovely way to create release and opening. Also into the chest. So if you spend a lot of time slouched over at a computer, or maybe driving, we tend to be a little bit compressed into those chest muscles. So this is a really lovely way of reversing that. You're also getting into the inner hips. You're also getting into the backs of the legs, into the upper spine. So lots of stuff happening here. A really lovely movement to bring into your daily practice. If there's just a few poses that you do, this is definitely a nice one. Again, with no pain, no pinching, just a nice general mobilization. We'll do one more, both sides. Meaning in a nice, relaxed forward fold, just let everything hang out here, head, neck, arms, shoulders release. We're going to give a nice deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, release it through the lips. Tuck the chin in, we're going to slowly roll our way, little by little, all the way up to stand, head comes up last. And then we can walk those feet toward each other. Take a little drink here if you need. We're going to get into our nice fiery flow practice for the rest of this morning's class. Hopefully we're feeling a little bit of heat generated. So when you're ready, move into the front of the mat. If you have a block, you might want to place it out in front, just in case we need it further on. When you're ready, Feet nicely grounded, about hip width distance apart. Hands come to heart, shoulders relaxed, belly drawn in, lengthening through the spine. Gaze is focused out in front, nice and relaxed. Inhale the arms out, reaching up, palms together. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, gaze forward, hands to shins. Exhale, fold. Stepping right foot back to lunge, right hand stays grounded. We'll inhale the left arm up and open the heart, gaze up. Exhale, left hand back to the ground. We're going to step the left foot back to meet right. Nice strong plank here. Shoulders over elbows over wrists, elbow creases face forward. We're going to bring the left hand toward the center of the mat. Again, if you need to come down onto the left knee for this, by all means do. We're going to come onto the outer blade of that left foot, and we're going to bring that right hand to the waist. So side plank, shoulders stacked over wrist, and again, the left knee can come to the ground, but just keep pressing those hips nice and high toward the ceiling. We're going to inhale the right arm up toward the ceiling, press the hips forward. If we want to go further, we can draw the right toe toward the face and gently lift that right leg, maybe even taking the gaze up, holding it here for 3, for 2, and 1. Release the foot, release the right hand back to the ground, readjust those hands, nice strong plank. Inhale here and then exhale, knee, chest, chin to the ground, elbows tucked in, roll the heart forward, untuck the toes, press the feet into the ground as we lift the chest. Exhale, tuck the toes, press the ground away, lift the hips, downward dog, stillness or walk it out to your choice. Relax the head, relax the neck, soften the breath, drawing it nice and deep into the belly. When you're ready, we'll inhale the right leg up, looking forward, bend the right knee into the chest. We're going to step the right foot forward between the hands. Release those hips, coming up onto the finger pads, really pressing back through the left heel. If we want a little bit of extra core engagement, lifting the belly off the leg, we're going to bring those arms back in line with that left leg and really actively press through the fingers. Gaze is relaxed, neck is an extension of the spine. Draw the belly in so we're not collapsing here for 3, for 2, and 1. Finger pad back to the ground. We're going to shift the body weight forward to lift the left foot up to meet right, and then exhale, fold. Inhale, rolling up to center. Hands extended up, palms together. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, gaze forward, hands to shins. Exhale, fold. Stepping left foot back to lunge, left hand stays grounded. We'll inhale the right arm up and open the heart nice and wide. Exhale, right hand back to the ground. Stepping the right foot back into plank. Again, nice strong plank, shoulders over elbows over wrists. Straight line from neck to heels or neck to knees. Just make sure the bum isn't up in the air or we're not dropping those hips that we're arching into the lower back. Staying here, or we can choose to go into our side plank. Right hand comes to the center of the mat. We're coming on to the outer blade of that right foot. Again, left hand is at the waist. Right knee can be on the ground. We're pressing the hips toward the ceiling and forward. So a nice bit of space into the front of the body here. Extending the left arm up toward the ceiling, maybe take the gaze up. If we want to go further, draw the left toe toward the knee. Keep those hips lifted, and then we might lift that left leg off the right. Holding it here in our side star plank for 3. Lift the hips for 2. And 1. Gently release the foot. Gently release the left hand back to the ground. Right hand to meet it. Readjust into those shoulders. We're going to inhale here. And then exhale, knees, chest, chin to the ground, elbows in, roll the heart forward, untuck the toes. Press the feet into the ground as we lift the chest. Exhale, tuck the toes. Press the ground away, lift the hips. Downward dog. Stillness. Walk it out, or child's pose if you wish. And just go to the point where you feel challenged, and if you want to go further, then go there. But don't beat yourself up about getting into the next stage of a pose. Work to where the body feels good, and then when it's good and ready, it'll tell you when. From stillness in our downward dog, we're going to inhale the left leg up. Looking forward, bend the left knee into the chest. Shift the body weight forward. We're going to step the left foot between the hands. Allow that right hip sink. Coming up onto the finger pads, we can stay here, actively pressing back through the right heel. If we want a little bit of extra core, we're going to float the belly off the leg, bringing those arms back in line with the right leg. Really active through the fingertips. So again, a nice straight line from the base of the neck through to that right heel. So we're not looking forward, we're not arching into the back. We're really lengthening here, engaging with those core muscles for 3, for 2, and 1. Finger pads to the ground. We're going to shift the body weight forward, step that right foot up to meet left, and then exhale, goes. Inhale, rolling up to center, hands extended up, palms together. Exhale, hands to heart. Well done. Take a little drink if you need. We're going to get a little bit twistier for the next round. When you're ready, we're going to meet at the front. Feet are together, knees are together, hands are to heart. Relax the shoulders, draw the belly in. We're going to inhale the arms out, reaching up, palms face each other. As we exhale, we're going to sit back into our chair. So again, weight is back into the hips. Almost imagine a little chair behind us. Notice if the bums pop down, I want you to really suck the belly button in so we have a nice straight spine. We're going to bring the hands to heart. We'll inhale here. And as we exhale, we're going to twist to the right and we're going to hook that left elbow to the outside of the right leg. Pressing the palms together and allow that right elbow point toward the ceiling. Knees are glued together. So notice if that left knee has come forward, I want you to glue them right back. So we're getting into a nice little spinal twist here. See if we can sit back a little bit further. We're just going to hold it here. Opening into the heart space for 3, for 2, and 1. Getting a little bit light on that left foot, so we're going to come up onto the ball of the left foot. Continuing to twist if we can. If we need to come out, we can also. Then we're going to place a little bit of extra pressure into the right foot and step back slowly onto that left knee. Readjust as you need. Still working into our twist. A little bit more, drawing that right shoulder back. And then if you feel like going back into your balance, we can press into the ball of the left foot, come off the knee, and again, hold it here for 3, for 2, and 1. Turning to the front of the room, we're going to frame the right foot with both hands, coming off the left knee or foot on it, and then step that right foot back into our plank. Well done. Again, we're going to continue with our side planks. This time we're going to come down on to our forearms. Shoulders stacked over elbows. Again, knees can be on or off the ground. Just keep that nice straight line. Left forearm parallel to the front edge of the mat. We're coming onto the outer blade of the left foot. Right hand comes to the hip. We're pressing the hips upward and forward. And again, if you need, you can rest the left knee down, but just keep lifting those hips. So we're really feeling that engagement into the side of the body. Inhale the right arm up toward the ceiling. As we exhale, we're going to try the right hand underneath the left armpit and look over the left shoulder. Inhale, right arm up and open the heart, gaze follows up. Exhale, try the right hand underneath the left armpit as we reach. 2 more. Again, feel free to do this with the left knee on the ground, particularly if the shoulder doesn't feel stable. Last one. We're going to inhale the right arm up and open, bend the right elbow. We're going to place the right forearm back to the ground. Readjust into our forearm plank, and when you're ready, pressing our way back up into our high plank. We'll inhale here, and then exhale, knees, chest, chin to the ground, elbows tucked in. Roll the heart forward and tuck the toes. Press the feet into the ground as we lift the chest. Exhale, tuck the toes. Press the ground with the hips. Downward dog. Stillness or walk it out, your choice. Relax the head, relax the neck, relax the breath. Softening into that heart space, softening through those heels. We're going to inhale the right leg up, looking forward, bend the right knee into the chest. We'll step the right foot forward all the way into lunge. Release that left hip down. Again, if we want to engage a little bit further with the core, bringing those arms back in line with the left leg, hovering the belly off the leg. Nice straight line from the base of the neck through to that left heel, opening into the heart for 3, for 2, And one, hands to the ground. We'll shift the body weight forward to lift the left foot up to meet right. And then exhale, fold. Inhale, rolling up to center. Hands extended up, palms together. Exhale, hands to heart. Well done. Back inside when you're ready. Again, meeting at the front. Feet are together, knees are glued together. Hands to heart. Relax the shoulders, draw the belly in, growing the spine here. We'll inhale the arms out, reaching up, palms face each other. As we exhale, we're going to sit back into our little chair. So again, weight is back into the hips and heels. Softening that lower back, really drawing the belly button in. We're going to bring the hands to heart center. Inhale here, and as we exhale, twist to the left, hooking the right elbow to the outside of the left leg. So nice deep bend in the knees. Knees are glued together. We're pressing the right arm into the leg, and we're really drawing that left shoulder back, looking up toward the ceiling if we can. Lowering those hips if we can. Holding it for 3. Twisting and opening for 2. And 1. Getting a little bit lighter on the ball of that right foot. We're going to come up onto the ball. A little bit of extra weight into the left foot. And with control, if we can stay in the twist, if we can't, we can come out and work back in. See if we can step back onto that right knee. With as much control as we can. Reconnect with your twist if you've lost it. Looking over the shoulder. Front of the body parallel to the wall. And again, if you want to challenge the balance, you can always press in to the ball of the right foot, come off the right knee, press back through the heel. We're going to hold it here for 3, for 2, and 1. Inhale, turn to the front of the room. Framing the left foot with both hands, we're coming off the right knee. We're going to step the left foot back into plank. Again, if we're working to high plank, stay here. Otherwise, joining me on our forearms, knees on or off the ground. We're going to bring the right forearm parallel to the front edge of the mat, coming onto the outer blade of the right foot. The left hand comes to the hip. We're lifting the hips upward and pressing them forward. And again, if we need to place the right knee to the ground, listen to the body. Inhale the left arm up, gaze follows. As we exhale, tread left arm, hand underneath the right arm. Inhale, left arm up and open the heart. Exhale, tread left hand underneath the right armpit. Inhale, left arm up and open. Exhale, thread it through, nearly there. Inhale, left arm up and open. Exhale it through. This time, as we inhale the left arm up, we're going to bend the left elbow. Gently place the left forearm back to the ground, right forearm to meet it. Reconnect, and then we're going to press our way back up into our high plank, nice and strong here. When you're ready, we'll exhale, knees, chest, chin to the ground, elbows tucked in, roll the heart forward, untuck the toes, press the feet into the ground as we lift the chest. Exhale, tuck the toes, press the ground away, downward dog, well done. Walk it out nice and easy. From stillness in our downward dog, we're going to inhale the left leg up. Looking forward, we bend the left knee into the chest. Shift the body weight forward so we can step that left foot between the hands. Lowering the hips toward the ground and really actively pressing back through the right heel. Either staying on the finger pads or we can bring those hands back in line with the right leg. Active through the fingertips, press the chest forward, roll the shoulders back. Nice long spine here. Neck to heel for 3. For 2. And 1. Hands come back to the ground. We'll shift the body weight forward to step the right foot up to meet left. And then exhale, fold. Inhale, rolling up to center. Hands extended up, palms together. Exhale, hands to heart. Well done. Take a little drink if you need. We've got one last little challenge in our flow. When you're ready, we're going to meet at the front of the mat. Feet nicely grounded, hip width distance apart. Hands to heart. Relax the shoulders. Draw the belly in. Relax the breath. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Sigh in the exhale. And then inhale the arms out, reaching up, palms together. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, gaze forward, hands to shins. Exhale, fold. Stepping or lightly jumping back to plank. If you want to jump, we're going to place the hands to the ground, bending quite deeply into the knees. We're looking back to where we want those feet to land. We're going to lift the hips, engage the core, and spring back, nice and soft. Exhale, knees, chest chin to the ground, elbows tucked in. Roll the heart forward on top of the toes. Press the feet into the ground as we lift the chest. Exhale, tuck the toes. Press the ground, we'll lift the hips. Downward dog. So our last sequence, we're going to be starting from downward dog. We're going to be leading with the right leg. And if at any stage you want to drop the left knee to the ground, we can still work the sequence. Okay, so just listen to your own body here, particularly those shoulders. So starting either with that left knee on the ground or off the ground, or we can choose as we go through. Downward dog. Inhale the right leg up toward the ceiling. As we exhale, we're going to bend the right knee, move all the way forward into plank, and touch that right knee to the right elbow. Inhale, right leg back and up. Exhale, right knee toward the nose, all the way into plank. Inhale, right leg back. Exhale, right knee to left elbow, twist in our plank, so those shoulders are over the wrists. Inhale, right leg back. Exhale, right knee toward the nose. Inhale, right leg back. Exhale, right knee to right elbow, plank. Inhale, right leg back. Exhale, right knee to nose. Inhale, right leg back. Exhale, right knee to left elbow, twist in our plank. Last one. Inhale, right leg back. This time as we exhale, we'll place the right foot down to meet left. Softening down onto the knees. We're going to sit back into our child's pose. Rest the forehead either to the ground or to a block, and we'll bring those hands back by the feet just to give the shoulders and wrists a little breather. Maybe rock a little bit into the hips. Feeling that space between the shoulders, really melting the upper back. We just have one more side to do. So we're going to bring those hands back out in front. Gently shift the body weight forward. We'll tuck the toes under. Press the ground away, lift the hips. Last time, downward dog. And again, remember, this can be done with the right knee on the ground. So just to show you, we'll be inhaling left leg up. Still coming into plank, so still stacking those joints, but we're just getting those shoulders a little bit of a release. Okay, so same movement, but just a little bit less pressure. Okay, when you're ready. Inhale the left leg back and up. Exhale, left knee to left elbow, all the way forward into plank. Inhale, left leg back and up. Exhale, left knee toward nose. Try not to touch the foot down. Inhale, left leg back and up. Exhale, left knee to right elbow. Twist in our plank. Inhale, left leg back and up. Exhale, left knee to nose. Inhale, left leg back and up, really pressing that heel down. Exhale, left knee to left elbow, plank. Inhale, left leg back. Exhale, left knee to nose. Inhale, left leg back. Exhale, left knee to right elbow, twist. Last one. Inhale, left leg back. This time as we exhale, left foot comes to meet right. We're into our downward dog. We're going to release those knees down to the ground. Untuck the toes, sit back toward the heels. Rest the forehead to the ground or to a block or a cushion. And just allow those hands to come back by the feet. Melting the shoulders to the ground. Feeling that space. Maybe gently rocking into the hips. Again, only if it feels good. Softening the body, softening the breath. Gently bringing the arms back out in front. We're going to come back up onto all fours. So it's like we're back into our tabletop. If we have a block, just place it accessibly out in front. And we're going to finish our practice with our puppy pose this morning. So you can bring those knees a little bit wider than hip width distance apart. So the key here is to keep those knees or those hips stacked over the knees. So we're not sitting back and we're not bringing those hips too far forward. From here, we're going to come down onto the forearms. Again, keep those hips lifted. And if that feels good, we're going to straighten the arms out in front and gently soften the chest and the head toward the ground or toward the block. Nice big belly breaths here. And just notice if we're compressing the lower back, just try to engage with those core muscles a little bit more. And if we feel we're not getting enough space into the chest, we can always place our block out front, or two blocks if we wish. Place the forearms or wrists onto that block and then rest the head down between the arms. So it just gives us a little bit more mobility into the shoulders, openness into the chest. Don't force it, only if you feel you want to go a wee bit further. Nice full belly breaths here, really releasing into the core. Feel that space into the rib cage. Relax the hands, relax the breath. A little bit of a release into the hips here. Again, feel free to shift the hips forward and back until you feel that little release. We're going to come off the block if we have it. And we're going to interlock our fingers into a little clasp grip. We're going to bend at the elbows and we're going to rest that little clasp fist to the base of the neck. And we should feel a nice release into the triceps here and into the armpits. And again, we can press the elbows into the ground just to get a little bit more here. Relax the grip with the hands, so it's just gently rested there. We're still melting the chest toward the ground. We might need to walk those elbows out a little bit to make space for the head. And again, just softening here for the last few breaths. Release the grip of the hands. We rest those hands back out in front. Tuck the chin in. We're going to slowly walk the hands back toward the knees until we're sitting back up onto the heels. Let ourselves reset here for a moment, so then we can bring those knees back toward each other. And we can finish our practice here, sitting back on the heels. We can come back into easy cross-legged or any other seat that feels better for you this morning. And we're going to finish just like we started. So sitting nice and tall, nice and strong in the spine, nice and open in the heart. We'll open the palms to the ceiling. And when you're ready, we'll inhale the arms out, reaching up. Interlock fingers, press palms to ceiling. As we exhale, press the palms forward, release the breath, sigh it out, and let it go. We'll do that twice more. Gently bringing the hands to heart, press the palms together, close down the eyes. And just thank yourself for creating a wee bit of space in the morning to come to the mat, to look after yourself, to create some lovely flow, some lovely strength, some lovely energy, and hopefully take that with you into the day and into the rest of the week ahead. Thank you for sharing your practice and your energy with me. Namaste.